Hey, what is up guys? I'm Greg Built and welcome to this Minecraft build tutorial. On this episode, we're going to create a very spacious modern house. This large modern house has 3 floors, and it even has a garage. And on top of that, one of my favorite parts of this house is its unique sunroof on the top roof level. And it also has an outdoor kitchen. Now this build is broken down into 8 steps, and without further ado, let's start the build. This modern house is roughly 21 by 12 blocks wide, and it is 14 blocks tall. Now here's a complete list of the materials you'll need to build this house. Also, I designed this house in a way that it uses relatively easy materials to gather. And this is perfect if you're in survival Minecraft. Also, this entire build project will require a 21 block area by 12 block area spacing, and I marked my area out with coarse dirt blocks. And you could do the same, that way you know how big the layout is before we start the build. In addition, this build level is rated at an advanced level on the Greg Builds building scale, and I'll be here step by step to help guide you through this build process. Step 1. First, let's create the stone base in columns. We will need 524 stone blocks, 2 oak doors, and 88 white glass blocks. Starting at the back left corner of the marked out area, move back and over 1 space. Then make a 13 wide stone row. Then make the side a total of 10 blocks wide. Then we can connect back to the start. Next, let's add 12 additional stone blocks on the right corner. And this will make the front right stone column a total of 13 blocks tall. Now let's skip over 2 spaces, then make another stone brick column, and this one will also be a total of 13 blocks tall. Also, don't forget, since we already have the base ring established, we only need to add 12 additional stone blocks, as will make this wall a total of 13 blocks tall. Then we can leave another 2 blocks of spacing. Then we can make another column of 13 blocks tall. Then leave 2 more spaces and make another column. Then leave 2 more spaces and make another column. Then we can repeat this pattern along this side, and make sure to leave 2 blocks of spacing in between each column. Then we could do the same exact pattern for the back wall. Next, for the last side wall, we can fill this entire wall in between the columns with stone blocks. Then, at the 4th block up, let's add in a crossbeam that connects all the columns. Then once completed, we can fill in the 2nd floor at the 4th block up. Next, let's add in another crossbeam at the 8th stone block up. Then once completed, we can fill in the floor as well. Then we can make one more crossbeam, and make this crossbeam at the 13th block up, and wrap it all the way around. Next, we can fill in between this top section with white glass blocks. Then to finish this step, let's add in 2 oak doors over here. And add in 2 more stone blocks above the doors, and this will help fill in the gap. Step 2. Next, let's work on the right section of the house. We'll need 188 spruce planks, 12 light gray concrete, 4 wooden buttons, and 4 oak doors. Start by making a 6 wide row of spruce planks. Then make this side a total of 10 blocks long. Then we can connect back to the stone wall. Then let's raise these walls to a total of 8 blocks tall. Now since we already have a base block, we'll only need to add 7 additional blocks. And this will make the total spruce wall a total of 8 blocks tall. Next, inside the structure, let's add a floor at the 4th block up. Then once completed, let's add another floor, and make this floor at the 8th block up. Next was add in a garage door. Clear a 3 tall by 4 wide opening in the front. Then let's add light gray concrete blocks, and start these blocks 1 space back. Then let's add wooden buttons to the front. Next let's work on the windows. Move over and up a space. Then we can clear a 2x2 window. Then leave 1 column of spacing. Then make another window. Then 1 column of spacing and another window. Next, let's move up to the 6th plank up. And over 1. Then we can make 3 more windows that line up with the ones below it. Then at the back side of the house, let's make a 4 wide by 2 tall window. Next was add in 2 oak doors in the center. And add these oak doors at the 5th spruce plank up. Then let's do the same for the back side. To refresh, move up 5 planks. Then over to the 3rd plank. Then remove the 3rd plank and add in 2 more oak doors. Step 3. Next is the 2nd floor deck. We'll need 52 oak slabs and 30 spruce fence posts. At the top half of the 4th plank up, add in 2 oak slabs. Then extend this 2 wide slab pattern all the way around to the other side. And we can stop the pattern where the spruce plank wall and the stone wall meet. Then let's add in spruce fence posts on top. And connect this fence post back to the other side. Step 4. Next we can add in the diorite blocks. And this step will require 220 diorite blocks. To start, move over a column from the front door. Then let's make a 2 tall diorite column. And extend this column up and over the top of the house. Then we can extend this diorite down to the ground. And this will make a structural band around the top and sides of the house. Next was add in a ring of diorite blocks to the 4th block up. Then extend this ring all the way around to the other side of the deck. Next we can make another ring of diorite at the 9th block up, and this will be 1 space above the spruce wall. Now we can wrap this ring of diorite blocks completely around the entire house. Now, you can leave the house just like this. However, I'm going to add in extra diorite on the right side of the house. And to do this, I'm going to add in 7 extra diorite in a row. Then fill up until it's flush with the stone wall. Then at the side, add 6 additional diorite, so the length is a total of 7 blocks wide. And we can extend upwards till it's flush with the stone wall as well. Step 5. Next was head inside and work on the first floor and staircases. We'll need 128 spruce planks, 8 spruce stairs, 6 oak doors, 28 white glass blocks, and 12 spruce fence posts. Now, inside the house, let's replace the grass floor with spruce planks. Then once completed, let's add in 2 oak doors at the 4th and 5th block over. And these doors will be lined up in the center of the bottom wall. Then let's replace the grass inside the garage with spruce planks. Or you can use light gray concrete if you prefer. But I'll stick with spruce planks for my garage. Also, we can add in torches as we go, and this will help lighten up the area. Next was add in a staircase at the 3rd plank over. Then once completed, we can add in torches up here. Then let's add in 2 more doors. And these doors are going to be in the center as well. Next, we can add a staircase that leads up to the 3rd floor. And start this staircase at the 2nd space over. Then we can extend the staircase up to the 3rd floor. Also, we can remove the stone wall on the top level. And I'm going to replace this wall with glass blocks. And that way we can have a sunroom up top. Also, I'm going to add in doors in the center of the wall. That way we can access this other part of the roof. And we can make this other part of the roof an outdoor kitchen or an additional lounge area. Also, as a bonus, we can add in 12 spruce fence posts for a railing along the top. And I think this adds to the house. However, you can leave this off if you prefer. Step 6. Next is the windows. We'll need 190 white glass panes for this step. For this step, let's add in white glass panes in the remaining openings. Also, as we fill in the glass windows, I would like to thank you guys again. You guys truly are the best. And I love all the positive feedback. And many of you even suggest great builds for my next projects. And I'm trying to build as many projects as I can, as you guys suggest them. So if you do have an idea for my next build, make sure to leave it down in the comments. Step 7. Next up is the landscaping, and you can get as crazy as you would like with this. However, I'll show you a few ideas of how you can decorate yours. And I went through a couple different options, and I wasn't sure which one I liked best. And really, I think all these options are great. But you could choose which one you like best. Step 8. Lastly is the interior. Now inside the house, I'm going to first install 2 interior walls. Now you can arrange the walls in any pattern you would like. However, if you'd like to follow my design, I first connected the stone walls for a small bathroom in the back corner. Then I added in a larger wall, and this will be for a bedroom. But again, if you don't like this particular wall layout, you can lay the walls out in any way that you prefer best. Now, I've also been getting a lot of requests to show how I design the interior of my houses. So I'll show a time lapse of me building the interior. And I hope this will give you ideas on how you can decorate your interior. And again, you can always change the design or the layout to fit your desired needs and liking. Okay, now that the time lapse is completed, let's do a final walkthrough of the house. Thank you guys for watching and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions about the build or would like to leave some feedback, I would love to hear it. Also, make sure to subscribe because I create build tutorials just like this one every week. I'll catch you in the next one. Later guys! Want more build tutorials? I have many in our playlists that might interest you on my channel. Make sure to check them out.